Εσού ελάβνην ου γιγνοσκόμην γε. Χις βέλτιστος.
Βλάξ, σι ελάβνη χρήου γιγνέστε.
Welcome to the Moseion of Alexandria.
Προσεύχον βάση, νέων και χαριστέα ουδέ πλέον θεράπη ιδέα. Παρά του παυσάτα παντές κρίνεα, τάχα, κατάβμας.
The Moseion was a sector of the city commissioned by Ptolemy I to rival Athens' Academy as an institute of intellectual pursuit. Dedicated to the 9 inspiring muses, the Moseion became a great center for philosophical and scientific enlightenment. It welcomed scholars from many kingdoms, inviting them to share knowledge in literature, science, and geography. The Moseion was designed so that its buildings and grounds would accommodate free thinking, debate, and presentation. Meeting spaces and theaters surrounded a main courtyard. Expansive gardens were filled with exotic plants that aided in the study and supply of herbs and medicines. A zoo offered the study of animal behavior and physiology. Also among the Moseion's many star attractions was its astronomical observatory.
Άνθρωπε, γεγνίνο ιαρβιός αμήχανος εστί, ουμήν θεϊ μονού θυσιό, γνεσίον παραπροσευχέστε, γεγνέον ιαευστή. Τι γαούν ημείς αντιληφθές εν διέον ηλιοθάσε, κρίνε προαυτέον εμποσάντεον.
Herophilus was a physician who lived most of his life in Alexandria. He was able to perform the dissection of human cadavers on a large scale, due to the permissiveness of the city in such matters. Among many other discoveries, he learned that the brain was central to the human nervous system. He also extensively mapped the blood system and measured the pulse with the aid of a water clock. It is reported that in his thirst to understand human anatomy, he performed 600 vivisections on live prisoners.
Εμπορέων αγγέλευμα τούτο, ιερού γε αγορεύσει 6 μηνεών ουκ ηγασίδατε. Όπως γάι ουσέδεσεν συνεάιονεν και σπάτατεν είπε, διατέω εμπορέων πάντων δι σχεδίωνε, και να φέρεθες και ταχύσταστον έκου κρύωνο πανίδιε.
Ο Ματέας Αλέξανδρος, ο ιδιώτας εντάνταν συμποσίου διεξήσεται, εν αρχιγραμματέως ανίκημα. Προς ους τίνον ωφελήλα μονέστην, αντιλογία γε τελών
In order to be free to pursue their research, scholars were fed and housed at the Moseion at the government's expense. This freedom provided Alexandria's scholars a meeting space for intellectual pursuits and a haven for spiritual peace. Though nothing remains of the original Moseon, it lives on as the legacy of our modern museums.
Καρέας Κυριναίος, παντός εμνοσυλθίου δυνάστης της πάση γέγνους, αγγέλευμα τάλι, συμπόσεου μέγου ποιήσαστε.
Απορρίψην αυτόν ιερωμένη, τον εκτοκτόνης.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ο καλός έβγε.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Ανέρων έκικουν. Οι μόχθεους ζητούνε διέπισε.
Whoa!
Αμαξιδών γε αγγελεύσματος. Αριστόδικος γε ανορκές συντάξεις.
Παιδες!
Έγραψα στα γραμμάτια.
Welcome to Education in Alexandria. The education of young Alexandrians did not differ from the one generally dispensed elsewhere in ancient Greece. At the age of 7, the child was taken in charge by a tutor, who then became responsible for instilling an elementary education as well as good moral principles.
δαιμονείς.
Γέφυρας του ποταμού. Έφαλωσε.
Πάλι! Ώρα κάτι να πίνω.
Teaching was generally done outside, in the open air. In the gymnasium, students were taught not only sports, but also topics such as rhetoric, philosophy, music, and poetry, all things deemed essential to one's education at the time. Here, both girls and boys are shown attending a class given by one of the rhetoricians of the era. The team made the choice to show both genders attending class within the context of the game world. Even though it is historically inaccurate, the team felt it was not necessary to prioritize historical sexism over inclusive gameplay.
Whoa, whoa. 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 Whoa.
Θεοί, αδαΐσεστη, οφθαλμούς είναι αιώρων απόλεσεν.
Αμάξα ελάβνης κακίστεως, αμέλισσον.
Whoa. Whoa.
Οφθαλμείς γαρ, δια νέα νέο γη. Πού φοράς λάξ.
Welcome to Introduction to Alexandria. After conquering Egypt in 331 BCE, Alexander the Great decided to build a new city, which, as per his habit, he named after himself. After his death, Alexandria quickly became the capital city of the Ptolemaic kingdom and the most important city of the Greek world. The city was built between the Mediterranean Sea and Lake Mareotis, which resulted in Alexandria becoming a crucial cultural hub and trading center.
Πότε διδάσκεις σε Ελλάδα? Μη πω πρώην και εχθές. Εσού ελάβνην ούτι γνωσκόμην γε. Εις βέλτιστος.
Άνθρωπε, αγάπη, ακούει με.
Παύλε, αμελή άνθρωπε. Πού μποράς δίνεσαι?
Sumptuous buildings could be seen wherever one turned their gaze. The royal palaces, the many temples, the gymnasium, lush public gardens, and large avenues.
Χαίρον των Θεών ευλένειας. Της οφθαλμής γαρ δια νέα νέο γη. Ου κοράς φλάξ.
With its incomparable beauty and advantageous geographic location, Alexandria attracted foreigners, intellectuals, and traders. One of the most cosmopolitan cities of the ancient world, Alexandria supplanted even Athens as the most important Greek city in history. Egyptian obelisks were highly prized by Roman architects. While Roman design previously favored the use of a single monument, Egyptian obelisks tended to come in pairs and were generally located at the entrance of temples. Several ancient Egyptian obelisks are still in existence today, though many are spread out across the world in locations such as Paris, Rome, New York, and London. All of this shows that Alexandria was significantly influenced by the rich past of Egypt. Alexandria had several main streets. Its most famous artery was the Canopic Way. It was lined with sumptuous buildings, houses, and temples, and was roughly 8 kilometers in length. This street was one of the most important shipping entrances to Alexandria and often hosted processions and festivals.
Αμάξα ελάβνης κακίστεως, αμέλισσο. Λάξ, σι ελάβνη χρήου γυρνέστε.
Εσού ελάβνη του γυμνοσκόμικε. Γης βέλτιστος.
The width of the street, 30 meters, was abnormally large even by Greek standards. This is likely because the Canopic Way was made in a short span of time and based on an urban plan, as opposed to being slowly built over time, as was usual for the era.
Ο καλός, έβγε.
Παύλε, αμελή άνθρωπε, πού κοράς δύνασαι.
The Canopic Way originated in the western cemeteries, skirted the gymnasium, and then exited the city to head east through massive doorways towards Canopus. This structure was known as the Canopic Door.